On September the 21st, 2025, China was struck by the most devastating flood of the year. A sudden surge from the upper Yangtze River slammed into the Three Gorges Dam, forcing operators to open its floodgates to the maximum capacity to prevent structural failure. But this desperate move unleashed torrents downstream, drowning countless villages, farmland, and neighborhoods under raging waters.
On September
That same day, it felt as if the entire nation had been thrust into an unprecedented natural catastrophe. Torrential rains slashed through the sky, super typhoons churned across the sea, mountains crumbled, roads collapsed, and the ground itself split open to swallow cars and people. The Three Gorges Dam, once celebrated as a marvel of engineering, now stood at the center of the country's field. According to official reports, the dam's reservoir received more than 40,000 cubic meters of water per second on the morning of September the 21st, an inflow powerful enough to submerge an entire city in minutes. Earlier in the summer, rainfall had been 20% below average, which lulled many into a false sense of relief. But late-season storms quickly reversed the trend, forcing operators to lower the reservoir level to 1,626 meters while discharging 25,300 cubic meters of water per second, the upper limit of the dam's turbines. This measure may have prevented a collapse, but it left downstream communities facing immense and unpredictable danger. Meanwhile, storms in the South China Sea were rapidly intensifying. Typhoon Havoc was upgraded to an extraordinary Category 17 on the morning of the 21st, with winds nearing 60 meters per second, strong enough to topple houses and rip apart buildings. Worse still, Havoc was not alone. Podashara, Kasa, Horjisha, Hyacinth, and Hakata, all tropical systems forming at once, threatened to strike southern China in rapid succession, compounding the disaster. Guangdong's Meteorological Bureau issued its highest level warning, predicting relentless winds, torrential rain, massive waves, and severe flooding from September the 23rd to 25. The gravest fear was that these typhoons could stall along the coast, expanding the scope of destruction and prolonging the misery. Fishing fleets were ordered back to port, while inland authorities repeatedly warned of flash floods, landslides, and mudslides. But the disasters didn't end there. In the eastern city of Jiang, a single night of rain turned the metropolis into a vast lake. Streets disappeared, cars floated aimlessly, and underground garages filled with filthy water in minutes, leaving residents with devastating losses. In Yunnan's Yugran County, a landslide swallowed vehicles along a national highway. Though people managed to escape, the scene was terrifying. In Hearn's Jiuzhou, panic-gripped residents as a bustling intersection suddenly collapsed, swallowing 3 cars into a 2-meter deep sinkhole. No lives were lost, but fear ran deep. By that evening, Hearn's natural resources and meteorological departments jointly issued a yellow alert for geological hazards. 25 counties and cities, including Zhengzhou, Luoan, and Zhashang, were warned of severe landslide and mudslide risks within the next 24 hours. Residents were told to remain ready to evacuate, as just one more storm could trigger fresh disasters. In just a matter of days, China was battered on all sides, a flood crest bearing down on the Yangtze, super typhoons hammering the south, urban flooding in the east, mountain collapses across Yunnan and Guizhou, and sinkholes opening in central China. The people could only hope for clearer skies and calmer winds, yet the heavens remained heavy with clouds. The storms kept roaring. China now finds itself in a grueling standoff with nature. This is not just a test of engineering and disaster response systems. It is a struggle tied directly to the survival of tens of millions. The coming days may determine just how heavy the price of this catastrophe will be.